Bay Area, I'm back with some more juicy news. Lil Blood and Jaleec been getting into it over social media, and we don't know what the backstory is, but I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. If you're unfamiliar with Jaleec, she's a content creator and has a very big following on YouTube and Instagram. Her earlier videos, she would troll South Sac Iraq Briz and send some shots also at EBK. Now let's go into Blood. Lil Blood was popping in the Bay Area around 2008 to 2013 when it came to the music. Now he just does interviews, and his music isn't what it used to be. Now let's go into this content that I gathered up for y'all. Let's get into it.
Oh my life, how did you even know I was talking? I never said your name. Everybody in the comments was like, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? I wasn't even gonna say his name because this happened Super Bowl weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have been made a YouTube video. I could have been did the most. But I'm like, you feel me? Like, I really grew up listening to Blood. Like, I really grew up listening to Lil Blood. Like them was like him, the whole Live Wire. Like, even when Mozzie was a part of One Mob or whatever, I was on that heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, when I realized, like, all of them was working overtime to try to blackball me, So, when I seen you at that studio, I didn't even think I was gonna bump into Lil Blood. Like, I wasn't even supposed to go to the studio that day. I don't go outside. I don't pop out. I don't do that because I move strategic. And then I bump into Lil Blood. Whatever the case may be. I'm not even supposed to go to the studio. I'm with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Boom, I'm with a couple of the homies. We in Vegas. It's Super Bowl weekend. We all outside. You know what I'm saying? Boom. We in my whip, though. Like, we thick. We in my whip. You know what I'm saying? So, we pull up to the studio. And I'm like, whose studio is this? Boom. L Fingers come outside. I'm like, oh, this is my brother Blood. Like, what? And then, like, I hugged him and he picked me up and all that. Like I couldn't believe it because I'm like, he be trying to get me to get in the studio all the time. I won't ever get in the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, you know, like, I'm juiced. I'm like, okay, it's a vibe. Like, you feel me? We all bounce out the car. You feel me? The homie get in the studio. He talking to everybody. I'm not even realizing who we're in the studio with. We're in the studio with everybody from Livewire, but I don't know everybody. I just know Lil Kev, Jay Stalin, Lil Blood, like them. I didn't really realize we was in there with the whole Livewire. You know what I'm saying? Homie like, so then the homie like, you know what I'm saying? So the homie like, all right, come on, Jaleec. Like, come on. So we all go inside, whatever the case may be. I'm faded. You feel me? Like, I'm faded. Like, you feel me? Like, we was out. We just went to Mastro's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already be on, like, I be just on tip just regardless because, for one, I knew everybody was in Vegas. It was Super Bowl weekend. But I'm with the homies. I know they ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. And I'm not talking about the homies from the hood. I'm talking about the homies from the Bay. You feel me? So I'm with the homies. So we go in the studio, L Fingers. I'm talking with you, whatever the case may be. I go get the bottle from Frenchie. And Frenchie and Lil Blood talking. And then I look. And I'm like. So when I realize it's Lil Blood, I'm already on tip. You know what I'm saying? Because he just did the interview with King. And he just did the interview with Lil Dallas. Mind you, I had just covered the story on King and Holly Hustle. How King backdoored Holly Hustle. And how Lil Dallas sent the kite, and that's how the situation happened with Briz, aka Chris, ultimately losing his life. You feel me? So then when me and DC did that publicity stunt relationship, he went and interviewed DC right after that and brought me up in an interview. So it's like you're watching me, and anybody I have any type of interactions with or I cover on my platform, you go behind me and you do an interview with them. So I'm already on tip. Mind you, I'm at the studio with Holly brother, Holly's cousin, Holly partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm already on tip, so I do what I do best. You know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all gotta understand, like, when my adrenaline gets to going, like, it just gets to going. It's like I can't see somebody that I know obviously is some type of static and not address the situation. So I'm like, what's up? And so then when I said what's up, I can't remember exactly how it went, but Frenchie was like, oh, Jaleec, this is Lil Blood, this Jaleec. Lil Blood reached his hand out like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Lil Blood. I said, Blood, you know exactly who I am. Why is you pump faking like that? I said, so what's up? Is it static? That's exactly what I said. And then Frenchie was like, hold on, Jaleec, hold on. I'm like, nah. What? But let me holla at dude. You feel me? Like, let me holla at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me. And so then, like, I'm like, I just want to talk to him. Like, you feel me? Like, let me just talk to him because I really want to know, is it static though? Because that's what I want to know. I really want to know that. Because how you're moving is making me feel like it's static though. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when he say, Jaleec, this Lil Blood, this Jaleec, he like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Lil Blood. I'm like, you know exactly who I am. What's up, Blood? Is it static? That's what I said. Like, what's up? Is it static? And then that's when Frenchie was like, hold on, Jaleec, hold on, whatever the case may be. But I'm like, nah, Blood, let me talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to know if it's static, because in my heart, I feel like it's static. Like, you're not doing this just to do this. Like, nothing's coincidental. Nothing's coincidental in this life. And once y'all start to realize that, y'all will start paying attention and stop being so oblivious to what's really going on. You think I lasted this long in the game being oblivious to what's really going on? You in a studio? You at the same studio that I'm at? And you interviewing everybody that I got static with? So basically, like, Frenchie's trying to diffuse the situation because he already know I'm on tip, like, and then he probably feel like he could feel the tension, like you could feel the tension between me and Lil Blood. Like, it's not hard to understand the dialogue and what's transpiring at that exact moment. So Frenchie's trying to diffuse it, and we all faded. And then, like, I'm like, let me just holla at him. And Lil Blood, like, I'm gonna holla at you after this. Like, I promise. Just let me finish talking to him about what I'm talking to him about. Mind you, he's talking to Frenchie about the situation with Frenchie and Chunky when Frenchie gave DNI Mike the body cam footage of Chunky narrating on him in regards to the yeek that they found in the car. You know what I'm saying? So Chunky basically saying that the yeek is Frenchie's. So Lil Blood is basically telling Frenchie, like, you don't think Chunky's life is gonna be in danger with you doing that? So you know basically he like, I'm gonna talk to you, whatever the case may be. After I'm done talking to Frenchie, like, let me just finish talking to Frenchie, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, whatever, y'all can keep going on with this conversation. So I go in the studio with the rest of the live wire and Holly, Lil Brother, and everybody else, and L Fingers. So L Fingers got like 1 million cameras on top of his equipment. So while everybody's talking and they're writing their little raps and they're listening to the beat, I'm paying attention to the camera, because now Frenchie walks in and Lil Blood don't walk in. You know what I'm saying? I'm really on tip now. So I'm watching the cameras. Nobody is even paying attention to how I'm even moving. This is how militant I am, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm faded, but I'm definitely on tip, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm analyzing the cameras. I see dude get in his car. He gets in his car. Dude is literally in his car for like 15 minutes. Once Frenchie walked back in and I realized Lil Blood didn't walk back in, definitely started analyzing them cameras. He sat in his car for 15 minutes. I cannot make this up, Blood, on the beat. Sits in his car for 15 minutes. Like, I could see his back tail lights. They're on. But he's just sitting there for 15 minutes. I'm like, what is Blood doing? Like, making a couple of calls, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he on? Like, instantly, what is he on? For real. I already know he's affiliated with everybody I have static with. Hello. This is how people end up in situations, by being oblivious to their surroundings. I'm watching his every move through this camera, though. Boy, you can't tell me nothing, because I watched everything. So when Blood skirt off, I'm instantly on tip. Now I'm like, what he on for real? You know what I'm saying? Who he finna pull back up with? What type of timing is he on? So I'm letting Frenchie and L Fingers know how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling it. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what type of time he on. Frenchie and L Fingers like, Jaleec, just calm down, You know they trying to do they 1-2 in the studio. L Fingers like, sis, you good. I'm like, man, I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? What he just did was questionable, for sure. Okay, I'm on tip, whatever. I'm analyzing everybody in the studio because I don't know who on what, who he done text, what he done said, because the whole live wire in the studio. 30 minutes go by, here come Lil Blood walking in. All right, y'all, I'm finna go. Blood, you just started off. What are you talking about? You finna go? Oh yeah, what you really on? I said, hold on, Blood, hold on. No, I need to holler at you. He like, oh yeah. Come on, Jaleec, let's holler. Let's holler. The fact that he come back into the studio after leaving, it's been 30 minutes saying that he's finna go. You already left. So what did you leave and go do? Mind you, before you left, you sat in a parking lot for 15 minutes. I watched you in the cameras. Through the cameras. Then you skirted off. Then you come back 30 minutes later saying that you finna go. Now you finna come holler at me. So we go back in the room that Frenchie and Lil Blood was originally in. I'm like, look, Blood, I didn't even mean to come off aggressive, but I really want to know what you on for real, though. You got to understand where I'm coming from, though. He like, Jaleec, I be seeing you do your thing. I be seeing everything. But like your channel, your platform is so negative. It's so negative, and I'm on a positive tip. Like, I'm being positive. And how are you being positive when you're deliberately, intentionally interviewing these individuals? Dude talking about he on a positive note with his platform, and mine is so negative, and the type of traction I'm bringing in, he's not on that, whatever the case may be. Hold the phone. You're watching me, and everybody that I cover on my platform that's in some type of sticky situation in regards to the stories that I'm covering, you interview them intentionally because it's controversy, and you know that anything attached to my name usually goes boom. They just ironically start to just like flourish in their careers, right? Because that's what I do. Let's just be honest. But nobody wants to give me my flowers. They want to keep trying to blackball me, but everybody that I've ever mentioned just for some reason keeps climbing the ladder. They keep climbing the ladder. So I tell dudes straight up, you don't even know me. You're basing your opinion on me based on an outside perspective, based on who you're affiliated with, which is Mozzie, Nano, and Gazi. Let's be realistic. They've been working overtime to blackball me, but unfortunately, I've been doing my one too. Analytics are real. And my analytics show that everybody is engaged with me. They're engaged with my YouTube channel. They're engaged with what Jaleec has to say. And they've been engaged for 4 years now. Now I just have my own platform. So I'm able to speak and tell my side of the story and to get my points across without somebody else trying to tell it for me and shedding me in a negative light. I don't care how anybody looks at me and my platform and how I cover my stories. I have everybody engaged, and that's facts. Then I'm like, if you really paid attention because you're tuned in, you would know that I'm in college. I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's degree in entertainment business because I got tired of being blackballed. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be my own boss, and I'm going to enter in the entertainment business in my own way, and I'm going to go corporate, and I'm going to do this the right way because I'm tired of being blackballed. I'm tired of waiting for somebody to notice me. I'm tired of feeling like all odds is stacked against me, which they still are. But God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers, and I've been a soldier. I've been standing on all 10 by myself without an army behind me. And I'm proud of that. So when I finally do make it, my story is going to mean something. So you're not going to sit in my face and tell me that I'm building my name on a negative spectrum. This is like, now we're just going back and forth. And he's like, okay, well, when you graduate college, then I'll interview you. I'm not worried about an interview. I don't need an interview from you. I really don't. What I'm saying is, what are your intentions? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to captivate in regards to tailgating off of everything that I'm doing and interviewing everybody that I have some type of static with? If I'm doing what I'm doing and you're tailgating off of my content, off of my storylines to bring traction to your channel because your whole life consists of Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? Literally. What are your intentions? I don't care about an interview. I do numbers on my own. By myself. Without a cosign. Facts. So then he like, Jaleec, are you out here for the whole Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas? And I'm like, why, what's up? And he like, do you know everybody's out here right now? And I'm like, I sure do. And what are you insinuating? I'm just letting you know you should just be aware of your surroundings. You know, you just never know what might happen. You know, everybody's out here right now. Do you live out here? And I'm like, no, why? Do you live out here? Because you're asking me 1,000,001 questions. It's giving interrogation. So you can go feed whatever information you need to feed to whoever you're trying to feed the information to. Please. I'm not getting goofy. Try again. Then he like, oh, I'm just letting you know, And then he shows his jacket. He got the little pat. Okay, so you left the studio to go get your pat. You left your studio to go get your pat for me? My bad, I meant to say. So you left the studio to go get your little pat? Like, that's what you went to go do. Like, let's be for real. Like, we're not going to do all the extras. Like, what was your point in showing me that you had a little pat in your jacket? Like, what was your point in asking me if I lived in Vegas and if I was out there for the whole Super Bowl weekend and that I need to be aware of my surroundings and I need to be on tip, basically. Like, I need to be on high alert. Like, I'm reading in between the lines. It's not hard to decipher what you're trying to say. Okay? Moral of the story, that's what happens at the studio. Then he calls L Fingers and everybody else that was there like, I feel like Jaleec just tried to press me. I really feel some type of way. I bet you do. Because I didn't try, I did. Anyways, I'm talking about the story on my live. I never said a name. I never was even gonna, I never took it to YouTube. This happened Super Bowl weekend. It is now July, about to be August. Okay? I still couldn't believe that it happened the way that it happened because you gotta understand, like I said, I grew up listening to Little Blood, Jay Stalin, Lil Kev, Lil Rue, so it was like mind-boggling to know now, like, it's really static with the rappers that I would have never thought in a million years I would ever be in the same rooms as, or that they would even know who I am, or like I would have never thought that being a kid. Like, like I always just, I just